So we have two variations on blues progressions and one scale, the minor pentatonic box 1. This is going to be the major scale, not a pentatonic, full major 8-note or 7-note scale. You go back to the 1, you've got 8 notes. I want you to do this very specifically. This is probably one of the most important things for you to do, and to get your head around, I guess. So in this, we're gonna do this in G. We're gonna switch this up a little bit. I gave you an A blues. That's the one here. That was an A blues. This is an E blues. Okay. So now we're going to switch to the key of G. And we're going to do the major scale in the key of G. So your first note is right here, 3rd fret, 6th string. That's your root note G. And then skip a fret and you're up on the 5th fret. And then big stretch with your pinky all the way to the 7th fret. So now I want you to keep your hand stationary. I don't want you to go, don't move your hand. Keep your hand, you don't necessarily have to keep your finger on the G, but you want to hit that note with your pinky. It's going to take you some time, but trust me, it'll be worth it. Then on the 2nd, or the 5th string, same pattern. So move up to your A string. And then on your 4th string, 4th fret and 5th fret. And that's going to bring you back to G. So 4th string, 4th fret, and then 4th string, 5th fret. That's the only variation. The bottom of this scale, and I've showed you this before, you've got it in your notes. The bottom of the scale is the same pattern on string 6 and string 5, and then that's the end. So now you can have all kinds of fun doing doubling the notes. One thing I would recommend, just like with the pentatonic scale, double the roots. Your root is there, and remember your root shape is up a fret and a string. So you skip a fret and skip a string, and there's your octave shape again. It's important to know where your octaves are. So those are both of your roots, or your octaves, for the G major scale. Now this scale you can do the same pattern in starting on A, say, right? It's the exact same pattern, but now we're playing in A major instead of G major. But let's stick to G. If you want to do it in A, because it's less of a stretch, you can, but I would recommend stretching yourself and doing it in G. There's two other things I recommend doing with this particular scale, and this, whenever you're doing scales, it's important to, it's tremendously helpful to sing along and say the number of the note, the interval of the note that you're playing. So we're 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The importance of this is knowing those are my two ones. 1, 1, and then 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 3, 1, 2, 1. So you can play around doing that. 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 7, 1, 8, or 1. You can't say 8, but it is root, so it's back to 1. That will be knowing where all of your intervals are in relationship to the root is incredibly important. So it's a good beginner place to start. And that is the 3 notes per string variation on a scale. I can show you the other one, but I don't want to give you too much and confuse you. So once you get that one down, we can look at the other way, which is basically that's 3 notes per string. The other way is basically you have your fingers cover 4 frets and they stay stationary over those frets like that. But the 3 notes per string, I prefer it, and I think it's better for your hands as a workout. So anyway, enough of that. Have fun.